Hi, and welcome to Learning Broodwar. We are looking at games that I played on the ladder, seeing if we can find any mistakes that I made, or see if we can learn from things that I'm doing well already. Today we're looking at the PvP matchup again. I noticed that something that is very surprising to me is that how pros play the matchup is quite different to how people play it on the ladder on lower ranks. Or maybe it's actually not that surprising. But there are playstyles that you don't learn how to counter or how to play against if you only watch pro replays, or if you only watch like the ASL or something, which I enjoy a lot, of course, but I oftentimes notice, especially in PvP, it's very pronounced that against certain plays I just don't know how to react. So what we're looking again is me. I'm playing under the ID Drizzle against some high kitty player who is my opponent, who will open very differently than I'm used to. I think most of the time on the ladder you meet either 2-gate Zealot, which I explained on how to counter in a different video, which I struggled against a lot, but now I think I beat most of the time. But this player, like you might notice already, is not building a gateway, is gearing up for taking a Nexus first. I mean, he's getting very lucky because I'm scouting in the wrong direction. I think it's an insanely risky play, even on lower levels, but it develops quite surprisingly later on. So he's I think, skipping a probe after the Nexus. He's taking Nexus in 12. Now already skipping a probe to build a fast gateway. I'm opening in the very standard way, one pylon cyber core, taking my gas, then adding a second pylon to be able to produce a Dragoon right away. And my opponent is still not producing a probe. I mean, that's a little mistake. Okay, now he's producing one. Okay, not adding the second gateway right away, so only on one gateway. Yeah, I think against 2 gates this build is really in trouble, but since I'm not opening and he's not scouting, that's so super risky. But let's see. We want to see how it matches against our standard build, producing a Dragoon, and then we're taking range. Now they are scouting. I think this build would be better if they were scouting sooner, because then you could add a forge soon or something to counter early Zealots. But maybe it's mapped out against 2 Zealot. I have no idea, since I'm not playing double Zealot, so I see what they are doing, and now I don't know. What am I doing? What's the right plan? Okay, so my Dragoon comes out. I move the Dragoon to attack. That was my thought. Okay, let's just try to get as much damage as possible. Now I should have decided, throw down a second gateway immediately or not, but I'm struggling, and I'm not adding a second pylon. So I'm moving the Dragoon over. Yeah, see what I can do here. He's just moving the Zealot past me, which enables my Dragoon to move in and do some damage. And this Zealot isn't really useful up here. So he's microing. I'm killing a single probe, I think. And then I have to start microing against this Zealot. And have a Dragoon up here. And now, like I said, I messed up. I should have built the pylon way sooner. I'm super hyper supply blocked. And should have added the second gateway sooner. And gone off 2 gates. I'm losing a probe, unfortunately. Finishing my gateways. Now I should really start queuing Dragoons again. Yeah, so he's trying to defend with 3-gate Zealot. I'm still seeing that he has no gas. And this is the point where I find it very hard to make the right decision. That's like the pivotal point. I added 3 gateway, so I'm playing 3-gate Dragoon and adding a Nexus and trying to apply pressure. And my thought is, okay, he's not able to come out because what is obvious is that he can add a forge and add cannons. That's like the standard thing you do if you get a Nexus, is trying to cannon up. And one possibility that you have is out-tech them and get robo-tech with Reaver, either to shoot down the cannons, which would be nice in this case, or to ferry in units and backstab them, which is also an opportunity that you have. So I think my mistake was I should have gone for 2 gateway plus robo into Reaver, pressure, 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 like I'm doing now, but off of 2 gate with earlier Dragoons. And then use the Reaver to shoot down the cannons. And while I'm doing this, I should have taken an expansion. But my decision, which I think is also okay, maybe the 3rd gateway wasn't the greatest choice, is to take a Nexus and then take another Nexus pretty soon to out-expand them. Because, I mean, he cannot move out, he can do nothing against me. As I have a ton of Dragoons and he has only Zealots. Okay, there was a little pause in the game. Yeah, so that's the state of the game. I take another Nexus. I'm taking the Robo now, because sooner or later I need observers to be sure that I don't die to Dark Templars. He's moving out, pushing his way out, which is not the best choice, because I can micro forever and kill everything. So he's just losing supply. I don't know why he's doing that. He tries to counterattack, but I mean, he's running into my waypoint. So that's never a great choice to counterattack with 3 Zealots in this situation. And he's losing every Zealot here for the exchange of 400 boom. So that's not the play. Yeah. I think he even gets some compensation, as I'm unlucky with my rallies. I have to move all the way back. I have to evacuate my probes here. He's going for more gateways. I'm evacuating the probes. I'm moving back the Dragoons to fight him, as I've not queued the Dragoons soon enough. But even then, yeah, I mean, it's not bad, the damage he's doing, but I think it's not worth all the Zealots he lost. Because they become, once they have speed, they become quite valuable. So now I'm going for Reaver. He's just adding gateways, gateways, gateways. I'm having a 3rd base. I'm behind a little in workers. But having a 3rd base now should be a big advantage. Yeah, that wasn't the worst decision. You could have chosen what I said, break them, but I chose to out macro them, which I feel quite confident in. By the way, I'm at 1600 right now, so I managed to climb up the ladder a little bit, and this is a 1640 or something opponent. But in macro games I feel confident even at this level right now. I mean, that's an odd choice to push here. He has way fewer units than me, so he's again losing units for free. I will speed up the game because it's quite a long game, and the coming phases aren't too important. I mean, now it's really important in PvP, I found. Really get enough gateways. Yeah, here I'm trying to use my Reaver a little bit. It's something that I have to improve, as well as my shuttle Reaver micro. Right now I try to place the Reaver not too far forward and really have an eye on him. Is he moving forward to target it? Select the shuttle, and once I see that his units are moving towards the Reaver, I get ready to pick it up. I think pros fly back and forth with the shuttle all the time because it has a slow acceleration, and if you keep it moving it's still fast, but that's beyond my abilities right now to do so. Because if you move it back and forth. It stays fast and you can pick up and leave quickly. But I just try to start moving soon enough. Okay, here for example. Tuck. Pick it up. Oh, I'm losing it, but I think my compensation is good enough. Yeah. Just wanted to show this fight. Now this game turns into, I try to build an insane amount of gateways. I try to expand. Oh yeah, and this expansion I completely missed. I could have denied easily. I could have denied this base easily right now. Oh, that was quite a smart move to move out on the side to get better surface area. Luckily I'm not trading, like in some of my other games where I'm trading when at a disadvantage. Okay, now it's all about mass producing units. Funny thing is, I forget Zealot legs forever in this game. So I'm having way more economy than him. So he is just, that's nothing decision based or anything. It's just that I think I do a great job at building workers and expanding in macro games. So that's also why I oftentimes choose to go into macro games, because I feel confident in taking the games then. Which might differ for you. If you feel more confident in an aggressive game, then your decision should have been to push with the Reaver here. I bled a few too many units, I think, right now. And it's so stupid because I don't have legs yet, I think. Which makes these units so much worse. Still, now I'm adding High Templars. Gearing up for an attack again. I'm maxed. He's at 120. Wow. But this fight doesn't go so well, I think. This Reaver shot was nice. You can one-shot the Templars with the Reaver, by the way. So I think I'm not doing the best of trades, but still reducing the units. Waiting for a rally. Trying to push again. It's so crazy that I'm this far ahead. Didn't feel like this insane. I'm losing the space because I'm not careful. I'm keeping a Zealot here, a Zealot here. These are little things that you should do in macro games. I'm missing this completely because I'm not having enough. Oh yeah, that was nice. I messed up with the observers and now he has quite a defensive advantage with his DTs, which is also a great move in PvPs. Suddenly mix in a couple of DTs. I mean, oftentimes you have observers, but it's very hard to always keep up with observers, and then they get stormed or picked off or something, and then you can run around with the DTs on the map. And, I mean, they are not great in offense, because in PvP, in later games, you often put cannons everywhere to defend against small counterattacks, but to gain a defensive advantage, it's quite good. So he is trying to press me on this space, and actually doing a decent job, but I'm so far ahead in macro right now, even though he has taken a new base. It's getting somewhat close now. But I have a different rally point. I'm rallying units here and using these units to destroy his additional base. And that seals the deal. He destroys this base, but it's not the most important on the map. And he's fighting his way up the rally point, which is impossible to do. I'm having infinite resources. So that's it. Thanks for watching.